Advertising has come a long way, from newspaper advertising to TV advertising to our social media accounts on our cell phones. We see advertising pretty much anywhere we go and about just anything we do nowadays, whether it be scrolling through Facebook and our junk mail, or even on YouTube and watching a video on top 10 ghost con tapes. Now, I could sit here and talk to you about the evolution of advertisements, how they've come a long way since they first began, but that's not the case here. Instead, I want to inform you on a little something more interesting: targeted internet advertising. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is that? How do you get targeted? If it's good or bad on society? Targeted internet advertising sounds pretty self-explanatory, but I'll give you a better definition on what it is. Based off of a website, GCF Global, it's a form of online advertising that focuses on specific trait, interest, and preference of a consumer. And the way some advertisers discover this information is by tracking one's activity on the internet, invading the consumer's privacy. By submitting any information of yourself into the internet, you can be tracked, even targeted. Some of these things could be search inquiries, past products viewed, social media pages and updates, and of course, online activity. I've been giving you a little info on how you get targeted. There are plenty of other ways, such as search data, purchase data, and profile data. I haven't found this info from How Stuff Works. We could all relate to these. Websites often use cookies, a packet of data sent by a web server to a browser, often collecting data from past purchases to information you put into when making a Facebook account, such as age, political views, interests, and favorite movies, and etc. A 2011 Powell Internet survey found that 92% of adults use search engines when online. That's why big sites like Google and Yahoo have gone into the advertising business. They inspire search terms, user habits, items you purchased or viewed in the past, even things in your cart you put in or take out later. They often allow companies for a higher position on keywords when searching up an item, which is why if you look up a house security system or even a new speaker, big sites like Best Buy or even Amazon tend to pop up on top. Not all advertisements are bad. They can be quite beneficial to many, but in other ways, yes, it is quite harmful. Have you ever noticed how on Facebook ads tend to pop up after talking about a certain thing, whether it be a shoe, a shirt, or even a trip to Hawaii? Well, it's no coincidence. After doing some research, Fox News clarified this, making sure we weren't all going paranoid. Turns out our phones are listening to us and what we say. They've made our privacy by collecting voice data where they then store in a distant server for marketing purposes. Facebook being one of these, using sophisticated demographic and location data to serve up ads, making it a number one spot on to be targeted. Having a bit more knowledge on targeted internet advertising, I want to leave on a couple of things I learned. Regardless of targeted advertising being dangerous on society, the internet isn't the only way to get targeted. I learned that even on TV, one is not safe. Commercials are all targeted depending on the viewer and everyone in its household. Meaning they track when your siblings are watching the TV, or even your parents and yourself. While this might not be a crisis, the thought of being targeted, being listened to on our own devices, and being tracked on the web, on web pages, and our own social media is captivating, leaving us with the question: are advertisers the only ones watching our movements? Thank you for listening.